Woods, open phones, rest of the program, 844-700-BOLD. That's 844-700-BOLD. This is Glenn. Who's on the line?
Hey, this is Judy up in Casper.
Hey, Judy and Casper. So what you got for me?
Well, I was thinking maybe you were kind of curious about the convention we had up here.
That's probably not a bad idea. So for those people who know, Judy engages in a UFO convention. She's wearing a tin hat right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Republican convention, right?
Oh, funny.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have to give you some kind of garbage. I mean, come on.
Well, I know you do. Yeah. And, okay, my observation as an outsider, this was my first convention that I ever attended.
Okay.
First off,
you have always been involved in stuff. I'm glad you're getting involved in something like that. We need people who show up.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely. I was curious. I'd never been to one, and I just, I felt that I couldn't say anything unless I'd actually been there. So I got there at 7:30 in the morning. I was greeted by signs everywhere. I mean, if there was a blank spot anywhere that could be found, there was a sign.
Yeah.
It was kind of overwhelming.
Well, and you can't read all of that. It's just not possible when they overwhelm you. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, no, and I kept an open mind, and I kept my little Trump sticker in my pocket till, late in the day, so that I could, get an observation and visit with people and stuff.
Right.
And
that's plain and smart. Okay.
Yeah. After I got there, I laid out, of course, I'm supporting Paul Pat for Congress, and I got a table, and I sat down, and I put his pamphlets out, and, did kind of a meet and greet, and told them a little bit about my candidate and stuff, and they went into their their convention room. They closed the doors and locked the doors. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that's when they do their delegate selection and all of that.
Right.
Well, I can tell you right now, it was already pre-done. It was a cruise love fest. And
no, my thought was that the way this was supposed to work is they have all of their local caucuses, because I know that I'm here in Gillette, and they did a local caucus thing in Gillette, some time ago. And then the delegates from that go to the meeting that you were at, and that's where they select the delegates that are going to go to the national convention. Right,
exactly. Okay. I still, no matter how it came out, I saw, Jillian Balo was there, Matt Mead was there, Barrasso was there, a lot of your big guys. And the thing that struck me the worst was this table.
Yeah.
And it had Trump stuff on it, very well made. Somebody spent some big dollars on it. But once you pick up a pamphlet from that table, it was all anti-Trump.
Oh.
And I was a bit surprised to see something like that. I mean, it's hard enough to select somebody to represent you and then have this table sitting in them. I wouldn't have thought somebody would have done that.
Well, what surprises me is you were just to be clear now, you were at the Republican convention.
Yes, sir.
So how did they let Matt Mead in?
Oh, he was there.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think they let Democrats in, but okay.
Well, like I was saying, though, it was a Cruz and Cheney love fest.
Yeah.
Even the gals on stage and that were taking the votes and tallying the votes,
right.
They were all wearing Cheney's T-shirts, which I find, kind of unsettling because, if they're supposed to be there to, secure the votes and all of that good stuff, couldn't they leave those T-shirts off until afterwards or wear them around town or whatever?
I think you've probably nailed it right there. I would like to see, if you're going to participate in the caucus and a convention, things like that, that people should probably, especially if they're, let's say, the MC of the event.
Yeah, that's what she was.
Yeah. There's a time that was kind of like, yesterday, I had Liz Cheney in the studio, and I interviewed. I like her. Personally, I like her. I think she's a very nice lady. Now, you've listened to the show long enough. I'm an equal opportunity offender. You don't know who I will and won't vote for. But I'm gonna take my opinions off as the host and put them aside so I can give everybody a fair interview.
Too.
And that's what they should do when you show up at something like that. I would agree. No one should have been wearing buttons or showing support if they were in that official capacity.
Yeah, that was probably one of the things that most offended me. Second was They have an overflow room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for people who aren't part of the delegation and being selected and all that stuff, they're off on one side of the room, and then they have this divider that goes to a second half. There's a screen. There wasn't a chair in the room. I had to literally drag my own chair up these flight of steps
Right.
to sit down to watch this. I thought that was kind of odd because there was a lot of older people there, and they're, leaning from one leg to the other leg, back to the other leg. And then when I spoke to a couple of people, I went out to have a cigarette. Of course, I smoke, right? Oh, that's a bad thing. But anyway, I go out to smoke, and I stuck my Trump sticker on. And I couldn't believe it. This lady walks up to me, and she says, "My God, there's another one here. Thank God, I felt alone."
Okay, well, she was making you feel
felt like
welcome.
I was in Siberia, man.
Yeah, that's so. In other words, it was colder inside the convention hall than it was outside when you were having a cigarette.
Oh yeah, and it was cold outside. But
Yeah,
this
really
girl
cold.
from Goshen County, she was an alternate,
All right.
and she said, because she was a Trump supporter, they passed her over.
Well, I am glad that you participated, though, and now you know what you're up against next time around, and I fully expect you to show up next time around ready. Hey, thanks for calling in. I appreciate the report.
You bet. You have a good night.